everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. Now, I'm sure that if you've been watching my other videos that contain my epic search for a foundation for aging skin that actually looks good, you're wondering, well, what are you using while you're searching for all this stuff and not liking anything? The truth is, I actually have liked a few things, and my one go-to sort of foundation is really just a tinted moisturizer, and I use it almost every day. So that is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Compact. Now this is a little more coverage than a standard tinted moisturizer, but I really like it, especially in the winter and the spring, the colder months, because it's very moisturizing. It's a great formulation. So I thought what I'd do is I do a full face makeup tutorial for you today. We'll show how to put on a nice bright spring makeup look. Then at the end, I'm going to do an outfit of the day for you. And so this is going to be a whopper of a video, but I sit back, relax, get yourself a glass of wine or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and let's get started. So before I put on my makeup, I like to put on my eyeshadow base to let that set up a little bit before I start. So today I'm going to be using MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. This is the only matte paint pot. It's a little bit mauvey, very light, very flesh tone, and I love it because it almost matches my skin tone and it makes my eyelids, I mean, look at the difference between this one and this one. It really covers over all the, freckles and discolorations and things and gives you a nice clean palette to work on. So I'm just gonna clip up my hair because it's always in the way, and secure it with a little clip. All right, and that is a good way to hold your bangs back because, if you use anything that has like a clamp on it, it makes a crimp in your bangs. For concealing under the eyes, I am in love with the Giorgio Armani Master Corrector. I got it in color number 2, so it has this tiny, tiny little brush applicator, and you don't really need very much. So I just put the tiniest little bit. I have a blue vein that runs right up in here, so I just like to put it in there and on the dark side of my eye bag and just a little bit over from this side. And then I'm just going to, with my fingers, blend that together by patting. Okay, so I'm going to pat it over and across and down. And this is such a thin fluid formula that it will not accentuate any under eye wrinkles. It doesn't get cakey, it doesn't clump in there, it doesn't settle. So then the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in the Compact. And I have it in the color Bisque. Okay. Now this is a cream compact in a tinted moisturizer. So it's much more pigmented and thicker than a standard tinted moisturizer or than Laura Mercier's other tinted moisturizers. So this goes on with a little bit more coverage. So if you're looking for a tinted moisturizer that gives you more coverage, this is a great option. Rub the sponge in a little and just start pressing it around in the places where I need to cover over my redness and my age spots and some healing blemish marks. All right. This does not blend very well initially when you're doing that with the sponge. So I kind of just put on the amount of coverage that I want. To cover, and then I'll go back in with a brush and really spread it around. Make sure that there are no visible seams or lines anywhere. All right, so now I am taking this stippling brush. I've used it before for putting on liquid foundation. It's a great little brush. So this one I just use, and I take that and I just rub it around to just blend that all together. Just to make sure that I don't have any little moon shape, because that sponge applicator is round. It leaves these little moon-shaped marks. Okay, and this tinted moisturizer leaves a lovely semi-matte finish. So it really doesn't need a powder over it unless it's going to be hot out. This is a really moisturizing formulation. It's really good for your skin. But because it's so moisturizing, it does not do well in the hot weather. All right, so I tend to have oily breakout in my T-zone. So I am just going to use a little bit of Laura Geller Balance and Brighten, and I have it in the color Regular. And I just love the combination of these two together because this just mattifies this a little bit more, and I like a little bit more of a matte look. All right, just to give this a little life, I like to put a little bronzer around the edges. You know, you really need to kind of draw the focus to the center of your face, which, you know, can be where your skin is the worst and has the most wrinkles, but it's really your features that people are looking at. They're not looking at your skin and your pores and your wrinkles. So I just take, Physicians Formula OrganicWear bronzer, and this is in the medium shade. And I just do a little contouring underneath my cheekbones. And then I just do a little darkening up along the hairline. Okay, and then if you have a little bit of sagging in your jowls, you can also use this to darken that up and contour it and make your jawline look a little firmer. The last step of the face before we get into the eyes, I'm going to put on some blush. This is L'Oreal Magic Smooth Souffle Blush in Celestial Dawn. This is a cream blush. It's kind of a medium to light peachy tone. And you want to keep your blush to the tops of your cheekbones. You don't want to blush in here because it draws attention to, you know, your marionette lines if you have them. So you want to keep your blush high on your cheekbones, and that really helps to accentuate one of the better parts of people's faces as they age. If you have good cheekbones, you know, and I don't have the best cheekbones in the world, and especially when I smile, they go a little flat. I don't have a big, nice, round cheek apple up there, so I'm kind of creating a little bit more of a cheekbone. So you just put this kind of high up there, and if you want, you can add highlighter up there as well. For the lip today, I'm going to use this L'Oreal Caresse Wet Shine Stain, and this is in color Stubborn Plum. Now look at this color. It looks like almost Barney purplish. The colors in the jar on these are crazy, but when they go on your lips, they're actually really nice and subtle, and they do make kind of a stain. It's so sheer that it kind of mixes with your lip color and becomes like a better color than it looks like in the package. And this is a mainly water formulation, so it feels really great going on. It doesn't feel like any other lip gloss I've ever used. It's long wearing. It doesn't have a scent, which is very nice. I don't like scented. All right, so for the eye look today, I decided to do sort of an olivey green theme with a little bit of shimmer directly on the eyelid. And then, of course, since my eyes are hooded and crepey and maturing and old, we'll just do a little bit of subtle darkness through and above the crease. All right, so the first eyeshadow that I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow, and this one is in Iced Latte. For this color, I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk brush that I got at Target. So if you are older and you want to do a little bit of shimmer on your lid, you have to keep it right on the lid. And you can brighten this whole area up with some shimmer and some lighter color, and that looks terrific. But you don't want to go anything shimmery above the crease or up here, because all it does is accentuate all the bad things that you have going on with your skin. Just going to paint that on. And I'm going to go out the entire lid. like your eye almost gives you the template of where you want to put things if you look at it carefully in the mirror. So you can see that there's like a ring of shadow here. It's almost like a little rainbow of shadow there. And then it's lighter underneath it. And then is my crease, and then is my my eyelid. So above here where you see the natural highlight, so you don't have any natural highlight in here under the thicker part of your eyebrow, so you do not want to put highlighter in there. Your highlighter should just be out here where your natural part of the brow is. And you can do that with the shadow we just used. I'm not going to use a shimmery highlight up there today. I think I'm just going to let just the natural highlight do its own thing. But what you do want to do is you want to create from where this darker shadow is all the way to the crease where this is lighter here. You want to create the illusion that that is receding. So you want to cover that up with your medium shadow and make this, and the crease all the same color to start, okay? So for that I'm using one of my very favorites. This is a matte shadow. It's MAC Malt. And this is a different brush. This one's a little taller and a little fluffier, but it's pretty firm. So I am just going to take some of that, and again I'm going from this darker ring up here, so I'm putting it on there first and then drawing it down. And when I'm drawing it down, I'm stopping at the crease, so I'm not getting it onto the shadow I just put on the lid. So you just go to the top, and you know this is pretty high up. You're going almost you're just stopping shy of where the highlighter needs to be. Okay, and you're drawing that down to unify the color where it had like that rainbow of 3 colors. The crease was the darkest, then it had like a highlight in the middle, then it had a medium tone, then another highlight. So it had like a rainbow of 4 colors. You basically want to take those 3 lower ones and unify them with one color to try to make that part of your eye that folds forward recede. So you can see now this has started to unify, but because light is still playing on it, it still is a little bit stripy. So it's a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, and then a little bit darker. But what we're going to do is with that lighter one, that's where you have to apply your darkest color to really make that recede. All right, but this is just to give us something to blend into. So we'll do the same thing on the other eye, using the natural light and shadows to guide us. So you put it on and then you blend it down. And you know, it's funny. You just will never understand what your skin is like when you're 50 until you get there. I didn't when I was younger, even when I was like 40. But guess what? At your early 40s, your skin is still really good. Your eye skin is still really good. You can still see. So it's such a challenge when you're over 50 because, you know, once menopause starts, all your chemicals and hormones go crazy and everything just goes into much more rapid decline. So if you've noticed a decline in the quality of your skin between your 20s and 30s and then your 30s and your early 40s, that is nothing compared to what happens between like say 45 and 55. It's another 10-year span, but everything happens so much faster. Everyone who's my age, you know what I'm talking about. You know how suddenly and rapidly these changes happen. It is a huge challenge, but it's so worth it, and it's still a lot of fun, but you just have to make these adjustments. So anyway, sorry about that. I'm going to keep moving on now. So yes, that's why you have to kind of paint the eyeshadow now in a downward motion instead of a windshield wiper, because the skin is so loose and so crepey, it just, goes bumping right across. So now for the third color, I am going to use this one. It is Laura Mercier and eyeshadow, and it is in the color Sable. For this color, I am going to use this bullet tip brush. This is, as you can see, a very small tip, and we're just going to take this and I'm just going to roll it in there. This is going to go into that middle stripe of the rainbow that is still a little bit too light. So don't like close down your eyes to do this because it'll kind of disappear when you do that. You need to do this with your eyes open so that you can see where you're trying to get it. So where you want it is right here on that lighter part. And since this color is darker than the previous one, okay, you put it right on that. I am touching this so very lightly. Then you can open it up and blend it down from there onto the crease. Okay. And now you see how now that we've got the darker color there, and it really has caused the hood part of the eye to recede. Now we'll go ahead and do this one. Okay, and you don't want to go any further out than the corner of your eye. So if you were to draw a line between the corner of your eye and the corner of your eyebrow, that is pretty much where you should keep your eyeshadow inside of. All right, so if you get it out there, you know, just bring it in a little. All right, and now what we've been doing so far is just placing the colors where we want them. And I use a separate brush to do my blending. And I actually like quite a big brush for this. This is a bigger multi-purpose eyeshadow brush. So I'm always using a clean brush to do my blending. And basically for the way I like to blend is I like to pull it up first and then across. Because, you know, I like this to stay nice and bright so that I do look like I have a little bit of an eyelid. Even if your hood is hanging down, it's when you're talking to people and you're just moving your face around that they'll be able to see the details of your eyeshadow. So when your eyes are open, you pretty much lose almost the entire eyelid. Just take this, and I just like to blend in an upward motion from the crease out to start. Okay, and then I go in and do more the windshield wiper to just blend the colors across. And you see, I'm not really doing any blending on my lid. It's all above the crease. But I just wanted to make this a little more dramatic and show you this last little pot of eyeshadow that I picked up the other day. I was in Walmart looking for the Real Techniques brushes, and at my Walmart they didn't have them, and I was so disappointed. But they did have hard candy. I picked up this little pot of eyeshadow. And this is called All Lit Up, and the color is in Stepping Stone. And this is also a little bit metallic. It has a little bit of a golden sheen to it, but it doesn't have like glitter and sparkle, which I also like. You know, where this has gone kind of like to a mauvey place, I want to bring it back to a little bit more of an olivey green kind of place. And like I said, we're going to darken up the outer, say, quarter to third of the eyelid. I have this little angled brush that I'm going to use to put this on. Place it here on the outer corner of my eyelid, and I'm just going to pull it straight up and into the lower part of the crease. And then the other eye, same thing. And I'm just going to pull that across. All right, now it just needs a little eyeliner and mascara to complete the look. So for the eyeliner today, I'm going to be using this Nars pencil. It's in the color Kyoto. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to line the lower lashes. I'm going to do it kind of heavier in the outer third. And then I start in the inner corner and just kind of pull back so that it's thicker at the outer and thinner at the inner corner. Okay, so I'm just going to do the upper lash line with this. And as you can see, I'm putting them on in the right order today. In a lot of my videos, I will put on my eyeliner and my mascara first, because I have a bad habit of poking myself in the eye with the mascara wand and getting mascara all over my makeup. But I have new mascara with a tiny little wand that helps me a lot, and so I'm going to try to do it the normal way today. Once you get to be 50 and can't see and blah, 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 you really need to pull it out to even get the eyeliner there. It is, you'll be amazed at how hard it is to put on makeup when you're older. Kind of sad, but always a lot of fun. So now it's time to put on the mascara. Today I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. And this has a tiny little wand. All right, so this has helped me greatly to apply my mascara without poking myself in the eye and without getting it all over the place. If you have short little stubby lashes like me, a short bristled compact wand works much better, so that you can really get, like you kind of have to dig to the inside and pull out so that you can really get the mascara all over these short little lashes. So where this is curved, I use the outer curve to start, and then I finish with the inner curve. So let's see if I can do this without poking myself in the eye. Okay, and I just try to get it as close to the lash line as possible, and then I just wiggle and pull. I did forget to curl my lashes. What happens if I didn't even bring my eyelash curler, so no curling today. Maybe you don't have time every day for curled lashes, and you just gonna wear them regular. Why not? Nothing wrong with them. You don't necessarily have to be curled every day. It does help with a hooded lid, though, to curl your lashes. But it's also fine if you don't. Second coat. Now this time I use more the inner curve. And I don't go as close to the lash line. Now I'm just trying to get more length on the outside edges. Again, so worth it. Look how much better these eyes look than when I first started talking to you this morning. Here, let's do a side by side. There's the finished look. Okay, and so I was also going to do an outfit of the day for you today. The trend this spring is for colored jeans. Colored cropped jeans, colored shorts, colored, full-length jeans, colored tight jeans. I was dying for a pair of bright screaming orange ones because, orange is my go-to pop color, and in all my decorating and in everything I wear. So when I was in Florida shopping with my mom, I went into a Caresse. It's a store I never ever shop in, but I was in there with my daughter looking for a dress to go to semi in, and on the sale rack they had these crazy bright orange jeans, and so I tried them on. They fit great. I was like, oh my god, and they were $30. I couldn't believe it, marked down from $78. The bottom half of this outfit is these awesome bright tomato orange jeans. And they fit really great. They are a skinny leg, tight fit. They have, the standard pockets. Now, on the top half, because they are so bright, I'm going with more of a subdued top half. So it's probably going to be, what did I say earlier, 60, 65 degrees out today. So it's going to be sort of warm in the sunshine, but cooler in the shade. So I am wearing 2 layered tank tops. This underneath one is sort of like a sheer wife beater, and I got that at Delia's, which is more of a tweener store that I used to shop in when my girls were younger. And my other shirt is a plain gray racerback tank t-shirt. It's kind of long and flowy at the bottom, but here's the racerback. So I like to wear, a couple of shirts to layer to hide, bra straps and stuff like that. Now, if I'm going outside where it's kind of chilly, I'm going to throw on my my tiny shrunken leather jacket that I got at Forever 21. And this is so cute. It's fake leather, but it's so fitted and tiny and shrunken that it looks great over, you know, longer top. Okay. Oh, and my necklace is from Stella&Dot. And these are sold through house parties. Actually, my mom got me this as a gift, and this is a really cool one because it's got this nice chunky chain. It's black on one side, but look, the other side is this gorgeous turquoise colored faceted stone, and the black is more of a smooth sort of cabochon. It's a little cloudy and everything, so it's great. I'm wearing it on the black side today. Feels so springy. I'm like ready for the warm weather to happen in this. Okay, so this is just a really casual, terrific look. And let me show you my shoes. So if you don't have your Oxford Spectators yet, run out and get a pair. These are the coolest shoes of the season. I love this trend. I'm really digging it. They are so comfortable. These are from Born. I got them at Marshall's on sale. They have little velvet laces, and they're in an Oxford style. So it has, you know, the little widow's peak with the spots cut in it. These are sort of a greenish gray, almost gunmetal metallic leather, and they have a super low heel, and they're really comfortable. You can wear these with capris, you can wear them with a skirt, you can wear them with just your long jeans like this. So they're great. And I think I have shown you this watch before. This is a Tokyo Bay watch that I got off of Amazon. So that's it, everybody. I hope it's a beautiful spring day where you are and that you can get outside and enjoy some sunshine. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. And have a great day. Take care.